How did your parents figure all this out?
How did my parents figure all this out? Well, Dad was a visionary way ahead of his time.
The dog's under the tractor.
The dog's under the tractor? You think you'll hear the tractor when it starts?
No.
You don't think you'll hear it?
He's sleeping.
Oh, he's sleeping? Well, he has an alarm clock tied to the engine of the tractor. And when the tractor starts, his alarm clock goes off and he wakes up and goes. So, how did Mom and Dad figure that? Okay, Dad was way ahead of his time. Dad was an economist, and late in the 50s, he got a hold, and I don't know just where, but he got a hold of some of Andre Voisin's stuff. Andre Voisin wrote, help me, Grass and Cancer, Grass Productivity, Sally, what's the other
Grass
one?
and Cancer, I think it is.
Anyway, he was a scientist. I mean, in the pure sense of the word, a true scientist. And his grass productivity book is still really the Bible of this this intensive grass management. And Dad got a hold of that and realized that when you get into the biological growth cycle of the grass, economically, it makes sense. See, grass grows in a sigmoid curve, okay? Grass grows in a sigmoid curve. Down here, this little early part, okay, I call that diaper grass. You know, when the kids are small, they're in diapers, boy, you think they're never going to get out of diapers, you know? Well, then they do, and then they start to grow. And between my fingers here is what I call the juvenile growth spurt. Andre Voisin called it the blaze of growth. Remember back when you could eat a half a gallon of ice cream and it went other places? That's what we're talking about here, this blaze of growth time. Then, beyond out here, I call that nursing home grass. Okay? No disrespect. But the metabolism slows down. The point is, if we're really in the solar metabolic business to convert solar energy into decomposable biomass, carbon, to feed this carbon oxygen transpiration cycle, I mean, that's what we're in the business to do, right? Then obviously we want to keep that grass as much as possible between my fingers and not at the other ends. Are you with me? The amount of biomass accumulated in time. And so the controlled grazing allows us to control the meeting, the time, and Andre Voisin pointed this. He said grazing is controlling the meeting of cow and grass. And by controlling that meeting to always be right up in here, we're able to keep that grass in that fast, high productive, high metabolic capacity, which then creates all this cow day, all this productivity per acre. So just imagine, Nancy, just imagine if every farm in Augusta County doubled their production next year. Talk about rural economic development, huh? Woo! I bet Hewitts would like that, wouldn't they?
Oh yeah.
Down at the stop, they run the.
Of course, we still have to figure out a way to keep the beef here.
But that's the next step. That's the next step. But it would be huge if we just capture more of our solar energy.
Right.
So yeah, that's where we are.